February 8th, 2025, join middle to high school youth from across the diocese for a special youth rally called The Path That Leads to You, featuring America's youngest bishop, national youth speaker, and rapper Bishop Joseph Espaillat. The youth rally is run by the Diocesan Youth Ambassadors, a group of high school youth from across the diocese who have been working together for nearly a year to put the creative event together. It will feature exciting games, live music, talks, and Eucharistic adoration. The February 8th event will take place at Pope Francis Prep High School in Springfield from 5:30 to 9 p.m. New this year, a special fun zone will open at 4 p.m. with games and concessions. For more information or to register, go to westernmasscatholic.org/youth-rally.
Hey, let's go!
You're invited!
Coming up on this edition of Reel to Reel.
I'm Steve Kiltonic in Pittsfield, where St. Joseph's Parish recently concluded its 175th year anniversary celebration.
I'm David Martin. I'll have the story of the Mass for all the Berkshires with Bishop Byrne. And afterwards, there was a confirmation retreat in which all the parishes in Berkshire sent their young people to be involved.
And students from Pope Francis Prep roll up their sleeves, completing projects throughout Western Massachusetts during their annual service day. It's all just ahead on this edition of Reel to Reel. Hello and welcome to Reel to Reel, today coming to you from St. Joseph's Church in Pittsfield. This parish, located here in the historic district of the city and often referred to as the Mother Church of the Berkshires, has been celebrating a very special anniversary this year, its 175th, making St. Joe's the oldest parish in the Berkshires. Steve Kiltonic will have more on this milestone coming up later on in our program today. But first, back in October, youth from throughout the Berkshires gathered here at St. Joseph's Church for the third annual Parish Mass and Confirmation Retreat. Bishop William Byrne was the celebrant and even took part in the event. It was a chance for the confirmation candidates to be encouraged that they are loved and cared for by God and they are never alone. David Martin has our story.
Lift up your hearts to the Lord.
Springfield Bishop William Byrne celebrated the Berkshire Mass and was joined on the altar by pastors from all parishes participating. Bishop Byrne offered words of wisdom for the youth preparing to be confirmed in the Catholic faith.
I hope they learn that God is love and that experience of that God doesn't just love, He is love. And then when you experience your friendships, your fun, you expend your faith in church, it's all about experiencing God's love for you.
Some of the teenagers participated in the Mass by being lectors.
Lord, let your mercy be on us as we place our trust in you.
I was homeschooled for a really long time in a very strong Christian community, and then we moved and I went into public school where it was sometimes hard to see who the other Christians were, and I wanted that community again, and I want to bring that community to others, so that's why I help out here.
At the end of Mass, Bishop Byrne asked everyone to acknowledge all the pastors of the Berkshire parishes for their dedication and commitment to religious education. The young people then moved to the parish center to participate in a confirmation retreat. It was a collaboration between parishes run by a large team of leaders. Maria Maycook, the youth minister at St. Anne and St. Vincent de Paul parishes in Lenox and St. Patrick Parish in West Stockbridge, shared the retreat, which featured a talk given by Father Andy Davey from the National Shrine of Divine Mercy and activities such as a pumpkin decorating contest.
We want them to remember that they're just not alone, that they'll never be alone, that Christ is in them, that He is with them, and that He will never abandon them. And that when we come together for Mass, when we come together for soup and stations, when we come together as a parish family, as a church, that we are celebrating and remembering the resurrection of our Lord Jesus Christ.
Maycook helped organize the retreat because it truly celebrates that young people are not just the future of the church, they are the present. The confirmation retreat was truly historic. as 100% of the parishes in the Berkshires sent their young people to grow in their faith. Youth members could socialize while eating hot dogs and cake. They also had the opportunity to speak and to take photos with Bishop Byrne. Cruz Swinson, a parishioner at St. Anne Parish in Lenox, gave a witness talk during the retreat about rediscovering his faith during difficult times.
There has been more satisfaction and joy in my life ever since I've listened than there was before. And I think that's kind of the interesting thing about God. Sometimes God puts us through struggles that at the time seem hard and will hurt us, but He's always calling us back. Sometimes it takes things like that for us to realize what we need to do.
Participants broke up into small groups outside to reflect on what they heard. They also participated in icebreaker games, including Bishop Byrne donning a basketball hat as teenagers threw balls to the net. They were also challenged to balance uncooked spaghetti in an arrangement with marshmallows placed on top. Bishop Byrne emphasized it is important for faith to also be fun. For Reel to Reel, I'm David Martin.
Thanks so much, Dave. What a great turnout and demonstration that the Catholic faith is certainly alive and well in Berkshire County. Turning now to other youth-related news, students from Pope Francis Preparatory School in Springfield honored veterans on November 4th, taking part in the annual All-School Service Day. They went out into the community, taking part in and finishing 18 service projects in Western Massachusetts. Nick Morganelli has our story.
One of the pillars at Pope Francis Preparatory School is service, and each year John Anziano, Director of Campus Ministry, has been helping students meet this pillar for years through planning the projects done on and off campus.
Our students do have a pretty stringent service requirement, but we thought it was important to do a full service day with the entire community.
Senior and High Honors student Aileen Rowan explains how each student can choose how they would like to serve.
We all choose a couple top places that we'd like to go to help out for the community that day. And we all take a vote together and see which place do we really want to go all together and do the service there.
Some students, like High Honors student Isabella Alexopoulos, have come up with their own service project.
I participated in my civic and community engagement class with Miss Peral, and so she wanted us to do some sort of service project together as a class, and so I brought up the idea of what I did over the summer.
Bella made cards for children in the hospital, and through her dad's company, they were mailed to Chicago. Now her outpouring of kindness has become part of the school's service project.
When they get the cards, it's going to be they're going to read all these cute puns and you're awesome and whatever else we put in there, and they'll see the stickers. It's all just going to be super colorful and just make them really happy.
They already made 150 cards, but with more donated supplies, they kept going.
We have stuff about princesses and stickers to go with them and things about Superman, and we got flowers and animals and all these cute little things. The goal is hopefully another 100 cards, maybe more if we can.
Some students elected to go to St. Michael's Cemetery and place flags on veteran grave sites.
A number of years ago, we decided as a school community to do something for veterans on Veterans Day to honor them. We've been doing this for about 5 or 6 years now, primarily coming to St. Michael's Cemetery every year to honor the veterans and flag their graves before Veterans Day.
I've done it since I was a freshman, and it was such an impactful experience my freshman year to get to do it. So when I got to come back sophomore and junior year, I just really loved it because it's such a great way to connect with the school community as well as be in the Springfield community.
Another project to honor veterans was making posters and holiday cards for Chicopee veterans. There was one poster for each branch of the service designed by students, and they were displayed at their Veterans Day event. Another outdoor project was yard cleanups for those in need. Teachers Leslie Perot and Deirdre Mikhailichenko brought this group of students to Robert Goodwin's assistance again this year.
I first found out about the program from Ann Rivers and Kathy Nielsen. They walk around at lunchtime for their exercise, and they approached me. And I said, yeah. I said, well, that would be most helpful and appreciated and save me a lot of money. I am thankful for everything they've done for me and the other seniors. You know, great people, great school. What else could I ask for?
Now that is one gentleman grateful for work done with a joyful attitude. Witness to Young Servant Leadership in Springfield, I'm Nick Morganelli.
And if you are in need of some assistance, you can call Pope Francis Preparatory School at 413-285-7955. And still to come on Reel to Reel, the Office of Missionary Discipleship is gearing up for some busy months ahead with lots of events for young people in the Diocese of Springfield. We'll hear from Joe Austin, the director, about what's in store. And Steve Kiltonick has all the details on the year-long celebration of the 175th anniversary of St. Joseph's Parish here in Pittsfield. It's all still to come on this edition of Reel to Reel, coming to you from the Berkshires.
Like Catholic TV on Facebook. Once you're there, you can join in on discussions, make friends with other Catholic TV fans, watch behind-the-scenes videos from the studio,
just finished this
day, and stay up to date with the Catholic world. All this at facebook.com/CatholicTV.
February 8th, 2025, join middle to high school youth from across the diocese for a special youth rally called The Path That Leads to You, featuring America's youngest bishop, national youth speaker, and rapper Bishop Joseph Espaillat. The youth rally is run by the Diocesan Youth Ambassadors, a group of high school youth from across the diocese who have been working together for nearly a year to put the creative event together. It will feature exciting games, live music, talks, and Eucharistic adoration. The February 8th event will take place at Pope Francis Prep High School in Springfield from 5:30 to 9 p.m. New this year, a special fun zone will open at 4 p.m. with games and concessions. For more information or to register, go to westernmasscatholic.org/youth-rally.
Hey, let's go!
You're invited!
Young Catholics from throughout Western Massachusetts have a lot to look forward to in the coming months as the Office of Missionary Discipleship gears up to offer more events to help young people grow in their faith. Joining me now is Joe Austin, the director of the office. Hi, Joe. How's it going?
Hi, Sharon. Thank you for having me.
Great. I'm glad to have you here. First of all, let's talk about one of the special events that you have coming up in February that promises to be a large gathering of middle and high school students. What's going to be happening at this event?
Absolutely. So it's going to be our third annual Diocesan Youth Rally. It will take place at Pope Francis Prep High School in Springfield, and it will be featuring talks by the U.S. The youngest bishop in the U.S., Bishop Joseph Espaillat. And then also it will feature a lot of other amazing activities like big audience games and live music, and also talks by our Diocesan Youth Leadership Team. And so this is a really special event in that it's basically run by the youth for the youth. So it's run by the Diocesan Youth Leadership Team for their peers. And so the Diocesan Youth Leadership Team is a group of high school students from across the diocese who are running this event. They're running every element of the event. They're running they're the MCs, they're some of the speakers, they're running production, they're running the stage, they're running liturgy. So they're really involved in every element of the event. And we really believe that that's important, that the peers are ministering to their peers, peer-to-peer ministry. So that's what's really special and unique about this event. And the theme of the event is the path that leads to you. It's all about our faith struggle and how do we look to Jesus to bring us through our struggles in the faith.
Sounds great. And I understand you're going to be having a fun zone as well?
Exactly. So this fun zone will be taking place from 4 to 5:30. It's kind of a bonus feature this year that we're offering, especially for youth groups that might be coming from a long ways away, and they're looking for a way to offer maybe dinner or something as a part of coming to this event. So kind of come a little bit early, the kids can experience some time for fellowship through concessions and games and that kind of thing. We're basically opening up kind of the whole school. We have the gym open, the lobby space, cafeteria, a lot of areas where we'll have games and basketball and concessions, that kind of thing. So that's a new feature we're offering this year.
All right, and how can youth register for this event?
Definitely. So the event will take place on February 8th, 2025 from 5:30 to 9 p.m. at Pope Francis Prep. And the best way to register or learn more information is to go to www.westernmasscatholic.org/youth-rally.
All right, Joe Austin, thank you so much for all of the work that you're doing to bring more faith-based activities to youth here in Western Massachusetts.
Thank you for having me, Sharon.
And if you would like more information on the Youth Rally, we have all of that and more for you with a link at iobserve.org. Here are some events coming up in the Diocese of Springfield. This Tuesday, November 19th, there will be a healing mass at St. Stanislaus Basilica, 566 Front Street in Chicopee. The evening begins at 6 p.m. with adoration, rosary, and music with Joe Lamoth. The mass will begin at 7 p.m. and is followed by an anointing for healing. St. Bridget's Parish in Amherst invites everyone to the parish on Sunday, December 1st as they celebrate the first anniversary of their monthly African Mass. Bishop William Byrne will be the celebrant for the occasion. The 4:30 p.m. Mass will be followed by a reception. Everyone of all nationalities and faiths are welcome. Again, that's Sunday, December 1st at St. Bridget's, 120 North Pleasant Street in Amherst. The Office of Youth Ministry and the Diocesan Youth Leadership Team invites middle and high school youth to the In the Stillness of the Night Advent Retreat coming up on December 14th at St. Mary's High School in Westfield. The evening retreat will be from 4:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. It will feature talks by Diocesan Youth Ambassador alumni and Springfield College freshmen Julia Rubin and Nico Coelho, in addition to adoration, confession, dinner, fun games, and time for small group discussion. For more information, visit westernmasscatholic.org/youth. And we have these and more events listed on our calendar page at diospringfield.org. And finally today, it's been quite the year here for St. Joseph's Parish in Pittsfield as they mark their 175th anniversary throughout the past year, culminating in a closing mass that also served to honor longtime pastor Monsignor Mike Shurshanovich. Steve Kiltonick followed along to all of the events throughout the year and has our story.
On October 26th, Springfield Bishop William Byrne celebrated a special Mass at St. Joseph's Church, formally concluding the 175th anniversary of St. Joseph's Parish. Bishop Byrne concelebrated the Mass with Monsignor Michael Shurshanovich, the pastor, and Bishop Emeritus Timothy McDonnell. Coinciding with the anniversary was Monsignor Shurshanovich's Golden Jubilee ordination as a priest. In his homily, Bishop Byrne spoke of the parish's founding and long history.
St. Joseph's gave birth to every parish in the Berkshires. What came into being 175 years ago was not a building, but a community of faith.
That community of faith began in 1849 when Bishop Fitzpatrick of Boston established St. Joseph's Parish in a small wooden church on Melville Street in downtown Pittsfield, becoming the first Catholic church in Berkshire County. The Catholic immigrants who founded the parish represented different ethnic groups, including the Irish, French, and Polish. The Springfield Diocese was not in existence when Father Bernard O'Kavanagh was named the first resident pastor. In 1852, Father Patrick Cudahy from Ireland was appointed as the second pastor. The third pastor, Father Edward Purcell, purchased 3 acres of land on North Street for $10,000 to build the church. On August 28, 1864, the cornerstone was laid for the simple but elegant Gothic Revival-style church built of Berkshire blue granular limestone. The first Mass was celebrated on Christmas Day, 1866, shortly before the Springfield Diocese's first bishop, Patrick Thomas O'Reilly, was consecrated. St. Joseph's size and beauty set a new standard for grand architecture that was later copied for other churches and public buildings. In 1897, Father Terence Smith built a convent for 9 Sisters of St. Joseph, who founded and staffed St. Joseph's Academy. Other pastors include Father James Boyle, who was a lieutenant in a New York regiment during the Civil War. The Father Charles Foley arrived in 1940, under whose leadership a new St. Joseph Central High School was built. Monsignor Shurshanovich is the 11th pastor of St. Joe's. He was born and raised in the Bronx, where he became a lifelong New York Yankees fan. Father Shurshanovich was ordained in 1974 in Milwaukee and was first assigned to the Immaculate Heart of Mary Seminary in Lenox.
On weekends, the provincial promised me that I could work in parishes, because I wanted to be a parish priest.
Father Shurshanovich started helping out in various Berkshire parishes.
With permissions granted by the provincial and also invitation from Bishop McGuire, I came to the diocese. And my first assignment was over at St. Mark's Parish here in Pittsfield.
After 10 years at St. Mark's, Father Shurshanovich was appointed pastor of St. Joseph's in 1993 by Springfield Bishop John Marshall.
I came to St. Joe and I found true happiness on earth. You know, to me, I think it's the greatest parish in the diocese.
Monsignor Shurshanovich said that when he first came to St. Joe's, the parish was quiet.
And we started adding activities, men's group, the ladies group. All of a sudden, we started getting youth back and younger families back to the parish.
Monsignor said St. Joe's charism is a generosity to those less fortunate.
There's something very special about St. Joe that draws people here. I think the heart of our parish and our mission is our service to the poor. You know, we have a food pantry, a very active food pantry every Wednesday. We do a Meals on Wheels program. That's really the spirit of this place, that we realize that we're lucky. We might not have all the money in the world, but we have, I think, the biggest heart up in the world.
2008 was an especially difficult year when 11 city parishes closed.
The hardest days in my priesthood were celebrating the final Mass at those parishes. It was like a funeral.
It was a sad time, and Monsignor promised to maintain the old customs of each parish, such as Holy Family.
We've maintained our Polish picnic. We had over 2,000 people eating those homemade pierogies and glumpkies and all the other good things. The same thing as far as Notre Dame. You know, we always had French pea soup and a ham dinner. We still do that. We have a very active St. Anne's Guild, which we inherited from Notre Dame Parish. We celebrate the 12th night every year. That was a big tradition at Mount Carmel Parish.
In the back of the church are the Holy Family and Mount Carmel shrines.
You see the elderly, especially after Sunday Mass, going up and just stopping and saying a prayer. You know, it makes them feel connected to something that they loved and had.
Special events were held throughout the entire 175th anniversary year.
We said we pray hard, but we play hard. And I think that was the theme this last year.
The kickoff began in January with the celebration of the 12th Night Festival commemorating Epiphany. In April, national recording artist Vince Ambrosetti gave a Faith on Fire concert with the Singing Priests and led a 3-day mission that brought the entire parish together. Over the summer, a car cruise expo was held on church grounds. A brass band played a 2-hour concert on the lawn. The annual Polish picnic again attracted parishioners and others from across town and beyond. In October, the anniversary pilgrimage took parishioners to Germany, Austria, and Switzerland. And the big parish anniversary project, the painting of the church interior, was done in time for the Jubilee celebration. St. Joseph's High School was an integral part of the parish community for 120 years until it closed in 2017. Monsignor Shostanovich shared some of his memories of the school, which was known as the Crusaders.
It was so energetic seeing all the students coming and going all day, seeing the football team go over to the Blessed Mother Shrine before a game and saying a prayer, going to their plays and having them come to the daily Mass on a holy day.
On March 19th, as part of the anniversary celebration, a special Mass and reception was held for alumni of St. Joseph's High. Over 200 attended, including Joe Ryan, class of 1959.
My mother was one of 9, all graduated from St. Joe High. My father was one of 6. They all graduated from St. Joe High, and in fact, his sister was Sister Jovita, a sister of St. Joseph, who taught for 75 years.
Rebecca Ka graduated in 2012.
Hearing all the songs that we used to sing reminded me of the days when all the pews were full during Catholic Schools Week. Everyone, provided life lessons that really have led me to where I am now.
Sister Julie Sullivan was both teacher and principal at St. Joe's.
It was the best 23 years of my life, actually, and Spirit is still alive and well. Wonderful students and amazing staff.
Bishop Byrne praised Monsignor for his 50-year service to the priesthood.
Monsignor Mike has the most important and extraordinary quality a pastor should possess. That is love. We cannot begin to count the lives he has touched with kindness and compassion.
22 members of Monsignor's family came to celebrate his Golden Jubilee. A gala dinner was held at Berkshire Hills Country Club, officially concluding the 175th anniversary celebration, a year parishioners will long remember. As for the future, Monsignor Shostanovich has 2 items on his wish list.
It'd be my dream that when my time not to be pastor anymore is accomplished, that a lot of people would come back to church. And we miss them. My hope for the future is that St. Joseph's never loses its focus on the poor. I think that's what we're called to do here, to serve.
For the past 175 years, St. Joseph's Parish has overcome adversity and continues to thrive because of the leadership of its pastors and the faith of its parishioners while never forgetting its roots. For Real to Real, I'm Steve Kiltonic.
Congratulations to St. Joe's, to Monsignor Mike Shostanovich, the staff, and all the parishioners here. Such a beautiful church and a vibrant parish community. And for this week, that's Real to Real. Be sure to follow the latest news of the Catholic Church, both here in Western Massachusetts and around the world, on our news and information website, iobserve.org. There you'll find articles prepared by our Catholic Communications reporting team and our partners at our Sunday Visitor. That's iobserve.org. And we're also on Facebook, and you can follow us there at Catholic Communications. I will see you again next week at this same time for another edition of Real to Real, your window on the world around you. See you then.
Real to Real is a production of the Catholic Communications Corporation, funded in part by the annual Catholic Appeal, and the support of you, our faithful viewers.